So, Roasting Savages is going to be a joint channel for me and Hassan. Obviously, we're the Savage Roasters and Savage Slayers. We just go around decimating savages all over Speaker's Corner. What we call kind of like, the brain dead zombies of the world. And so, we're going to be checking around the bushes and the trees, and wherever we find them, we will slay them. Before you start crying, not slay in the physical sense, because obviously you're going to go, oh, YouTube, they're trying to slay savages. Physically, no, it's just going to be mentally, we're just going to go around, dishing out the truth. And so, yeah, it should be quite fun. So this is more of a channel, a group channel between me and Hassan. It might grow with other people as well, but at the moment, me and Hassan are probably more on the same kind of mindset of we're big Tommy Robinson fans, so we're gonna be supporting him, and this is the channel to support him as well, and our particular view of the world. And yeah, we're gonna have a bit of fun on this one. So obviously my other channel has been suspended at the moment, and I've got to be careful about what I put on there. So this one's gonna be for the more kind of risque videos, and so we, people that get butt hurt and start crying and wetting their panties and like literally kind of bashing their head against the wall just because of me bringing out facts. This is a channel that you might want to go to. So please, can everyone subscribe to this one as well? So because I'm going to be mixing them up at the moment. In the next 3 months, I'm going to be very careful with my main channel, Rod Speaker's Corner. And so anything I think is a little bit risque, I'll put onto this one with Hassan. So it's a joint thingy. And Hassan will put his own stuff up as well. So it'll be a mix of both of us. It should be interesting. Now the thing is that, I'm going to go over kind of some of YouTube's kind of inconsistencies. I do think YouTube is becoming fascist in its nature. I mean, you can see here the 2 strikes that I've got. And obviously the first one I forgot to appeal actually. I don't know why I forgot to appeal it, but I just did. But the second one is the one where I was called a raghead and threatened to be knocked out, threatened to be knocked off. And for some reason, me kind of exposing this hate got me this. I'm the one that got penalised for just showing the facts. And the original videos, I don't want the original videos to be flagged or anything, but they're still up. I just commentated on the particular thingy. I'm not going to play it because I'll probably flag this as well. This is one of my first ones that got the thing and I forgot to appeal it. And so it's just pretty ridiculous. I mean, I feel like YouTube is so inconsistent that it's totally laughable about how they judge what is appropriate or what isn't appropriate. I'm starting to think that they might just have like a bunch of like little gremlins in their building in Google, just like bashing their fingers on a keyboard, like, all right, this is the one that we don't. And so there's no real logic behind what is deemed to be hate and what isn't deemed to be hateful. I've seen videos up that are like, oh my god! There's some videos that you're like, what? How is that video up? And my one taken down. Now here you go. That was a drawing I'd done, and obviously I've experienced that boot on my head from Google, YouTube. Maybe they saw this video, saw this drawing, and I was like, all right, we're going to shut down Raj. He's getting too political with these kind of like drawings. And so I'm glad I did it, because I've really, when I go back and finish it, so the constant boot on the face, and that's actually me now. It feels like me, because I've got that freaking boot of YouTube on my head constantly. It's in focus now, so you can see that stupid, kind of like the little silly face that frowns, and Google and YouTube. So there's 3 of them on there, Facebook and Twitter, and a constant boot on the face, which is a line out of the 1984 novel. And so what I've realised, because I watched a couple of videos, there's some great videos about YouTube and its what I call the gremlins at YouTube who just seem to be just like bashing the keyboard about which video is deemed. There's no logic. It's just like, all right, this one, and they're just bashing the keyboard, and so there's no consistency. I mean, that's what it feels like, but in reality, that's not what's going on. There's logic behind it. They are penalising smaller YouTubers and showing them as an example because they know there's not going to be no real kind of revenue lost on their part. YouTube is a business, and so their ultimate aim is to make money. And like most businesses, they're pretty much psychopaths in the sense that they don't really care about the person. All they care about is the bottom line and how much revenue can they get in. So you will have big channels, like really big kind of. I mean, if you look at like Vivo and people like that, and other kind of channels that have got masses of kind of is a massive corporation to a certain degree behind it, compared to the smaller guys. I'm not saying compared to like Google, but compared to the smaller guys like myself, who are pretty much at the bottom. They will not make an example out of them. They won't shut their YouTube channels down, no matter how many kind of misdemeanors or problems or inappropriate content they put up. But when it comes to other people like myself and some other guys, I've seen so many videos where kind of demonize and like set an example of as hate preachers who are kind of bullying and harassing people. Now, what is bullying and harassing? If somebody has called me a raghead, a fucking raghead, effing raghead, and said, I'm gonna knock your rag off, and then I do a video of that person saying that to me, which could be seen as a criminal offence if I really wanted to go down that route, then that should not be something that is seen as hate. That's just me exposing this individual for his vile ideology or his vile way of thinking. Obviously, this guy's said fuck F Manchester, and now he said all of this kind of stuff as well. But one of his little kind of butthurt minions are kind of walking around like flagging videos and stuff. And the weird thing is, like, I've seen videos that are so like disrespectful even to me, and I've tried to flag them sometimes, and nothing happens. It's like there's some kind of weird rule with YouTube that I've got a feeling Sharia's already been enforced on YouTube. The Sharia laws on YouTube already, I think. That's what it feels like. It's like I don't really see many Muslim videos being flagged down for like some of the stuff they say. If you look at some of the troll videos about me and stuff in the past, that they always got kept up, and I was like, oh, that's a little bit weird. But when I just do something exposing an individual that has been threatening me and saying stuff about my turban and stuff, remember, your prophet Muhammad wore a turban. So when you're calling a man a raghead, you're actually just disrespecting yourself. This just shows you how much that inbreeding has really damaged your logical thinking, because you're not even understanding that you're doing an insult which is actually an insult to your own people. It's like a black person saying something about another black person and calling them the N-word. And it's just basically against them. So it's a bit like Zachariah when he called one of the other black guys, oh, you're X, Y, some black kind of derogatory word in Arabic. And it's the same thing with you guys. It just doesn't make no sense. And so the other thing is that I'm going to try and set up a Twitter account as well. I will set up a Twitter account for. Obviously, my Twitter account is Raj Speaker's Corner. And I'll be updating all of my, all of my stuff on there about what's going on. And that's where you can get all my videos. And as you can see, where is it? Raj Speaker's Corner. And so subscribe to me on there as well. And then I'll probably I will set up another Twitter account called, what are we going to call it? We're calling Roasting Savages. The little savages are going to get it. This will just be the roast of the century for savages. I actually feel a little bit of sympathy for them, because this channel, if it grows, it'll be like some kind of I don't know, some kind of like amazing destruction of the savages of the world, and we'll have it all documented like some kind of wildlife documentary where me and Hassan will be going around like, you know, looking in the bushes through the tree, finding all the savages, and then just decimating them mentally. And you know, I think these videos will probably be studied for, you know, for thousands and thousands of years of how these savages were rampant during the 21st century. Is it the 21st century or the 20th century? It's the 21st century. So hopefully by the 22nd, 23rd century, by the time me and Hassan have decimated the savages mentally, uh, it will be seen as some kind of little quirk of the 21st century. And all of these savages will be kind of like studied for eternity, put in little kind of like museums, and their craniums will be opened up, and people will be studying their brains and figuring out how the hell did these individuals survive and function in society when they're so goddamn moronic. Anyway, we hope to kind of like, you know, build a channel. So this is going to be my kind of like I said, I don't normally work with people. I'm a lone wolf, but Hassan's a lone wolf, and we're both got an ultimate goal. And so I get on with certain individuals, and Hassan's one of them. And so yeah, we will be kind of just going around Speaker's Corner and just showing you the content and human behaviour at its best and at its worst. We will be the best, and everybody else will be the worst. Anyway, stop the inbreeding, like I said, and let's expose everything. And big up Tommy Robinson. See you later.